All right, give me some feedback here on your web portfolio. Logo again, looking good. I like the layout. Really happy that this is the start page. So good job. Um, Impressive series. Um, Effective hierarchy. So I'm not really complaining about this at all. I'm happy. If I could do anything, I'd make one more, but it's still working. So if you're happy, I'm happy. Um, and it's named well. Now this one not named really well. Okay, it's all right. Berries. You can come up with something a little more descriptive. Maybe come up with a client name or something. Um, they sure you made a great. This is really good work. You gave it a very basic name. The basic name drives down the value of your good work. That's what I'm saying. So I think you can come up with a better name for this. Um, and I think you could do a couple things like change the background color without even changing the berries. Maybe change the order of the berries, but you could just change it to a bluer background or red or green background. And then you could have different wrapping papers and show me those as well, would be a suggestion. But it's still great, except for the name. Okay. Your MI Arts. I'd like to see these bigger. I'm glad there's smaller views across the top, but I would probably go 3 and then large. So that would force you to do one more, show one more spread. Sorry. And I know you have other spreads to show. So yeah, that's what I do there. And then moving on to this one. The rich color backgrounds are really interesting, but it doesn't make it feel like a traditional logo and identity guidelines booklet. It almost feels more like a magazine or something like that. So, could you do it this way? Yeah. Um, that type is very big, but you can do that occasionally with a table of contents. I don't know if I put a period after the table of contents. Yeah, I usually show this first in black and white, then grayscale, then full color. Then you show the colors. I guess you're doing that. Stationary. I find that too large for the layout, and normally on a letterhead, most people won't type in two columns. It'd be a good idea if they did, but they don't. Okay, packaging. So everything overall, everything on the page just comes across as a little big. I could see this reduced by, just 20%. This reduced by 20. I would take the whole thing and reduce it all. Or I would go into InDesign and change the page size and make it 20% bigger in every direction. And that might do it. I don't know. So colors, great, rich colors. Logo, good, although there is some similarity between your personal logo and this. But so those are some things to think about. Um, and since in Adobe Portfolio sends me right back to here again, I might as well note that you did differentiate these concept description software from the answers. I'd probably do a little bit more. Remember in typography, you try to go 3 steps away. So if you used a regular, you don't go to regular italic, you don't go to semi bold, you go either semi bold italic or bold. So this feels like it's not far enough away in the number of steps. Okay, my concern about these, really good work and very effective, but I can't tell if they're posters or magazine covers at a glance. They, in many ways, they come across as it comes across as a magazine, an effective magazine. So you might want to give us some clues, like I don't know, staples, tape, pins holding it up, just to let us know, hey, this is the poster you're looking at. So as far as the artwork and the style goes, I think it's very effective. So no complaints there. This is really good. Uh, this is clarifying that you have experience in the field. So that's a really smart thing to be doing. All of these is series. You know, the blue background there makes it. It's so different from this stuff below that it makes me wonder, what am I getting to a different, um, series? Or these other things to click on or something like that? So you might want to make this a gray related to the gray here, so the two feel a little more related. And this is a thought for all of them. You may want to have a link to the next project at the bottom. And of course, what I talked about with type, you may want to do as well. Okay, to all of them. Copper Summit, yes. Now, you may want to say you didn't, yeah, you use the software, but, okay, in the description, I would put Copper Summit website, including homepage and 4 additional pages, coded in HTML and CSS. So, the person goes, oh, you got some experience in that. Oh, okay, great. And of course, if you loved it, which I know you don't, you could have a link right here and I can go to that actual functional page. Okay. Your brochure is quite effective. The different mock-ups do change the color of this blue. So you may want to separate this preview from this preview because they look too different. Maybe go to that one and then that one so that the person forgets that it's the mock-up's fault, not yours, that this is visually different blue than the other one. Okay. So happy with that. Okay, now billboards. Usually you don't show 2 billboards for 2 different companies. I know this was a class assignment, it was done that way. I would say pick one or the other and make it a series of 3. It would make a lot more sense to the casual viewer who's going to be viewing hundreds of portfolios as they find you and your work and hire you. You don't want to make it hard for them. So I like this one. I would probably simplify the text. Over 3,000 children are facing food insecurity. Be the change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so they say that 7 words are the max number of words that you're supposed to put on a billboard. So maybe we'll put food insecurity. You don't have to say Motor City. At least I wouldn't, because people are driving by. They don't have time to really read that much. So I just say, we're facing hunger. Be the change. And then feeding America. And you could make a whole series of this. That wouldn't be too hard. This one's interesting too. Flavored duo. Okay. So either one that you want, I would pick this one because it has a more heart-touching, therefore more impact potential. Okay, so there is my feedback. I hope you find it helpful. I'm trying to be as critical as a Russian. Thank you.